going on, Jerome's? Your Minnesota Vikings got a statement win across the pond against the New York Jets, one of the best defenses in the league, and allegedly one of the best quarterbacks of all time. Allegedly. No. But getting things done other side of the pond, and you're feeling good as the Vikings are 5-0 heading to the bye. Stephon Gilmore, called game, but there's some fallout from this game on the other sideline as the Jets have fired head coach Rob Saleh running down the wing. There's a couple things here. Robert Saleh is a fantastic defensive coach, but things just never came together with him as a head coach. He finishes his Jets tenure after 3 1/4 seasons at the helm, 20-36, 357 winning percentage, which is not ideal. His best season was 7-10, and the Jets, with a healthy Rodgers and a good defense, I mean they're supposed to be something this year, but they're just not, and it's adding another chapter to the dumbest rivalry in sports history, the Vikings and the Jets. But it does seem like it's sort of every man for himself right now, and Jets GM Joe Douglas, a.k.a. White Suge Knight, I mean, we're making business decisions out here, right? And also, trading for Devontae Adams doesn't solve all these issues. It's ridiculous. But also, hey, if the Jets are throwing in the towel on the season, we will take your finest Quinnen Williams. Just one time, baby, one time. But of course, the main crux is, Saleh and Rodgers just didn't get along. That's what it comes down to. So it's less about the Vikings being a coach killer, but it's more about Rodgers, right? And I'm also surprised that Nathaniel Hackett didn't get promoted to interim, because it's going to be DC Jeff Ulbrich manning the helm in an interim basis right now. But frankly, Rob Saleh, he's still fantastic at coaching defense. Ben Solak, our guy. Since the 2021 season, Robert Saleh is first in New York. The Jets defense is first in points per drive, first in EPA per play, third in success rate, despite playing the fourth most snaps over that stretch. Saleh never solved the quarterback problem with Zach Wilson. Also, it's funny. Through 5 games, the Jets have scored 93 points this year with Rodgers. They scored 93 points last year with Zach Wilson. But, man, he delivered on defense. It feels like this is like a Rex Ryan redux. We have this great defense, but offensively, just can't get things together. Now, long story longer. So Saleh has been around the league, assistant with the Seahawks, and then eventually, DC with the 49ers. But I think that this is going to be a spot where if Brian Flores gets a head coaching job, I would not mind Robert Saleh coming in as DC of the Vikings. If they don't elevate linebacker coach Mike Saravo or DB coach Durante Jones, that is. But although if Flores gets a job, chances are he's going to take those guys with him. So who knows, man. But also, this is a good story to relate that you don't take a job just to take a job. And Flores' experience with the Dolphins, I think certainly will make him very choosy and very particular, because, there's only 32 head coaching jobs, yes, but the Jets are just straight up dysfunctional. And it starts with ownership. It starts with Aaron Rodgers if he comes back, right? Because not all jobs are created equal. And yeah, most job openings are because the team underperformed, right? But ownership, GM, structure, infrastructure, like all of that matters. And Flores, I love him to death, man. And selfishly, if he stayed here for a couple seasons and turned this defense into one of the greatest of all time, wouldn't mind it. But also, obviously, he deserves a head coaching look. But I hope that when he does take a job, it's the right job. Don't take a job just to take a job. It has to be the right job. So it comes down to. But the Vikings, hey, maybe this will be the new thing. Maybe the Vikings will be the coach killers, because after the Vikings get off a bye, Cabo on 3, and then the Vikings just give the Lions the business week 7 at US Bank Stadium. Like, this is going to be Dan Campbell. Hey, you want the 2 for $20? You want the Dollaritas? Go ahead. But who else are we going to get fired? So McVay, I feel like McVay's just going to say deuces and become this generation's John Madden. I really think that. Shane Steichen, we're going to get Doug fired. Week 10. Although I don't even know if he makes it that far. Callahan's fine. We're going to get the IKEA toilet fired twice. It's going to be great. Gannon's fine in Arizona. Heem is fine in Atlanta. McDonald's fine in Seattle. I don't know. Maybe we'll get LeFleur, the 12-year-old boy, fired. Who knows? And then we'll get Dan Campbell fired twice. Actually, no. Aaron Glenn will be interim, and then we'll get him fired after the last game. Why not, man? But jokes aside, Rob Saleh is a fantastic defensive coach. Maybe it's one of those Peter principle things. Like, maybe he's just not head coaching material, but he is going to be one of the great defensive coordinators for many years in this league. That's certainly possible. I mean, there's been a lot of guys like that on both sides of the ball. But yeah, wishing him the best. He'll land on a sweet summer. Like he's going to be in high demand for DC roles in 2025. But I don't know. It's kind of funny that we're just adding another chapter to the dumbest rivalry in sports history. But your thoughts are thoughts. Jets fire Rob Saleh after losing to the Vikings. That's what this team does to him, man. Let us know your thoughts, our thoughts, comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.